SEO versus SEM for content publishers and bloggers. If you're a content publisher and a blogger, you're probably going to need some amount of SEO and some amount of SEM. How much you need of each is really a determination of where are you in your content life cycle. Early sites are going to need SEO and SEM in about equal ratios. You need the SEM to get your initial traffic, but you need the SEO to make sure that you are doing everything that is necessary to really kickstart your website in search engines. As you start to move later into the site, it becomes more important that you're doing strong SEM in order to keep your traffic growing at a consistent rate. This is because once you've built your initial template and done some of the thought about how are we going to write our content for good SEO, you're going to have about 6 months where all that you can really do is wait for growth. During this time, you want to use SEM to make sure that you have a steady flow of traffic and that you can consistently grow your audience so that when you reach out to advertisers, sponsors, and potential companies that would acquire you, that you can say, yes, we have been growing at a steady rate. This is also important because of the way Panda works. Panda looks at your user experience numbers. How many visitors stayed on your pages? How many visitors spent more than 1.5 minutes on your website? How many visitors viewed 2 or more pages on your website when they came to your website? These metrics go into Panda that can determine whether or not you get a Panda penalty or whether you don't get a Panda penalty. If you get a Panda penalty early in your life cycle, you'll never recover from it. You can't afford to have one of those early. So using a good SEM spend allows you to say which demographic of users are going to view the most pages on my website, stay for the longest period of time, and give me the greatest return on investment. Later on in life cycles, you will have established yourself and you'll start to have a core audience. At this point, you want to start to use SEO in 2 ways. One, to make sure that you're staying up to date with the latest changes in the search engine optimizations that can be made to your website, but also in content programming. Through good SEO, you can identify which terms you're ranking for and which terms you have the ability to rank for. If you're starting to rank for great apps for iPhone, and you're also ranking for great apps for Android, it can be assumed that you're starting to rank for great apps, and that you should consider great apps for other platforms. This works on a number of different prefix-suffix combinations. As you can start to build ranking for individual words or individual phrases, you want to consider building content around those phrases so that you have the greatest chance of ranking for them. If there is a term that you want to rank for, building content around the terms that are included in the searches for that type of content is a great way to do so. SEO is not just about optimizing your pages, but also optimizing your content. A good SEO is going to use your analytics, your user data, and find ways to improve not only the construction of your site, but the content of your site and the way your content is written. This is where most content networks fail to grow. They're used to assuming that the things that make their website great for users are going to continue to grow your audience. The truth is that while you may be very in tune with your core demographic, the way you find new users is typically through search. And the best way to grow your audience through search is by creating content that is going to both resonate with your core audience and appeal to search.